Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, sponsored by Dealer Synergy. My name is Matt Prince, Head of Online and E-Learning Curriculum for NADA, and I'll be your host for today. We have scheduled 30 minutes for this webinar, including Q&A. Please type in any questions you have for our presenter into the Q&A panel at the bottom of your screen at any time during the presentation. I will ask as many as possible in the time allowed at the end of the presentation. When you log off today's session, I'll pull up a quick evaluation survey that I encourage you to complete so that we can meet your expectations for future webinars. This recording will be available on demand and at no charge to members of NADA and ATD at nada.org/online-learning. Simply log in and find the title of today's webinar along with many others available at your convenience. Our topic today is why dealerships need to get better at video. Our presenter is Sean Bradley, founder and president of Dealer Synergy. Sean, why don't you get us started today?
All right, thank you so much. It is an absolute honor to be able to present a webinar for NADA University. So I want to get into my background really quick. I've been in the automotive industry for roughly about 18.5 years, and I've seen marketing evolution out of marketing evolution over the years. I mean, it's been such a profound, rapid evolution, but there's nothing that I've ever come across in the last 18 years in the automotive industry that's as powerful as video. Now, I've been involved in video in the automotive industry for about 12 years. I wrote the first article back in 2006 on video optimization, and 5 out of the 8 times that I've been an NADA convention speaker have been about video search engine optimization. And finally, I wrote a best-selling book called Game of Googleopoly about, in part, video optimization. I only share this with you to impress upon you that I've been really studying and evolving the whole philosophy and strategy of how dealers could utilize video to their benefit. So now, jumping right into it, why video is important. Some things that kind of blow me away. Every time I look at Google or I try to get the most up-to-date data, it just blows me away. Every day, Americans watch 8,061 years or 4.2 billion minutes of video content on YouTube, and 713 years or 374 million minutes of video content on Facebook. So those numbers are just staggering. I'm going to leave them on the screen just for a second. When you look at that 8,061 years, of video content, it's just surreal when we put it together. Now, here's something that really kind of changed my whole perspective on video and the respect for video. I'm sure we've all heard the phrase that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that 1 minute of video is equivalent to 1.8 million written words. Dr. McQueevy from Forrester Research, the VP of Product Development and Research, is the one that coined this. So again, Dr. McQueevy says that 1 minute of video is equivalent to, again, 1.8 million written words. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Videos shoot at approximately 30 frames per second, some higher with technology. So you're looking at 30,000 words per second, again, 60 seconds per video, etc. So when you do the math, think about how much could be said, how much could be articulated in 1 minute. And this number might sound, astounding, but think about Super Bowl, and think about how much a 30-second ad cost on a Super Bowl commercial in the millions of dollars. Why? Because you've got sight, sound, motion, and emotion. I'm going to repeat that. With video, now there's a caveat, there's a catch. My disclaimer is this: it's not any random video. I'm talking about a strategically created video that's incorporating sight, sound, motion, and emotion strategically. Again, you will have a more profound comprehension, retention, excitement if you're utilizing video. Now, just a little bit more interesting data that I'd like to just share with you all is about 1/3 of online activity is spent watching video. So again, 1/3 of all online activity currently right now in the country is spent on, again, watching video. This year, video content will represent 70% of all internet traffic. I got a slide that I'm going to share with you in a little bit that kind of blows that out of the water, but as of right now this year, 74% of all internet traffic is video. Now, some big stats. Video on a landing page can increase conversions by 80% or more. 90% of customers report that product videos help them make purchasing decisions. All right, so let's just think about this for a second and kind of just talk about this. Videos on a landing page can increase conversions by 80% or more. So why are we not using these? Dealers are so fond of PPC, SEM, or Facebook paid ads, or focus sites, microsites, and landing pages, period. But just by adding a strategic video, you could increase conversions 80%. So at a number that high, this would be one of my checklists of things that are going to be standard operating procedure, without exception, without fail, that I'm going to incorporate into my strategy. Now, 90% of customers report that product videos help them make purchasing decisions. Come on, folks. Come on. If we're trying to sell the second largest item for the average American next to a home, and we're obviously not talking about exotic vehicles, we're not talking about, even highline vehicles, just the average, prospect out there, why in the world would we not use sight, sound, motion, and emotion to be able to articulate, communicate, convey what we're trying to, convey, especially when I have a data, figure here that tells me that 90% of customers report that watching a product video will help them make a purchasing decision. Guess what? I'm making a hell of a lot of videos to make a hell of a lot of people feel a lot more comfortable in purchasing vehicles. Now, emails. Emails that include video increase read open rates up to 300%. So again, why is this important? If you look at the slide, again, we advocate that dealerships should absolutely be focused on video emails. Why? Traditionally, CRMs only deploy emails with a conversion of a 2 to 4% read open rate. I'm going to repeat that. Emails traditionally average only a 2 to 4% read open rate. Not very good. So if I had a mechanism or an ability to supercharge it or press the nitrous oxide button on my emails and get a 300% higher read open rate just by adding video, I'm in. Not only that, I got sight, sound, motion, and emotion for articulation and communication. Not only that, I'm able to differentiate myself when everybody's sending boring, plain text emails, or maybe even with HTML emails, I'm being able to turn on and send full motion videos through email. So yes, and I'm not talking about necessarily just video emails in your CRM, like a video template library. That I'll talk about a little bit later. But I'm talking about there are platforms out there that specialize in sending actual video emails that are separate from the CRM. And they have ones that integrate with both. But video emails are a very powerful thing. Now, an initial email with video receives an increased click-through rate by 96%, so it's even more on the initial. Social video, now this is a crazy number. Social video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. Okay, we'll let that linger, let that marinate. Social video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. So guess what? All the Facebook paid advertisement you're doing, all the social media paid advertisement you're doing, how about supercharge it by focusing predominantly on video? Now, videos on Facebook have 135% greater organic reach than photos. So again, video, video, video. Social is obviously the #1 form of communication. Social media is the #1 form of communication. If we're telling you that you will have a massive acceleration, a massive enhancement by utilizing, correct video with your social, then I would really definitely make sure that I'm all about video for my social media initiatives. Now, so people watch videos. Let me explain this. People prefer to watch videos than do any other thing. More than reading, writing, talking, texting. Believe it or not, people prefer to watch videos. Again, why? Because it's easier, it's more convenient, it's faster, it's sight, sound, motion, emotion, etc. Video is the absolute future of everything. I mean, communication, comprehension, education, marketing, advertising, sales. It is the absolute way that you could single-handedly create an unfair competitive advantage, from everybody else around you, especially all of the dealerships. By 2019, 90% of all internet traffic will be video. Again, I'm going to quote this. This is the source is Cisco. Cisco says that by 2019, 90% of all internet traffic will be video. So think about it. If you're a dealership that doesn't have any video, or your video sucks, or you just have the same beautiful but generic OEM quality video, how are you going to differentiate yourself from the competition? How are you going to clearly articulate what is, different and better about your organization? People are going to be using video not just for product demonstrations or how-tos and features and that type of stuff, but they're going to be doing it for reviews and so much more. So again, one of the ways that I highly suggest that you all really start to develop a future business and a future domination is now. Start now to create what I call a content asset library. Videos are assets. Unlike PPC or other forms of marketing display or what have you, once you expend your budget, it's gone. Now, there's obviously value for it, but guess what? If you invest in creating amazing, beautiful, strategic video collateral, video content, then you basically are creating a library of assets. Do you realize that there are companies out there that charge for stock images and stock videos? A lot of these marketing companies and advertising companies, probably a lot of your people, whether they're in-house or outsourced, utilize these. I know that our team does, and we pay a fee to turn around and get stock images or stock video footage. So you could turn around and go to a search engine and type in, a video of a car lot or whatever. But why would you want to use generic stuff when you could use video content and video assets of your own dealership, of your own people, of your own department? It's better. People respond in marketing advertising better with real people, not graphics on cartoons, with the real customers, not stock images or stock video footage. Now, more than 75% of all businesses in all verticals do not have a video strategy, and what's sad is they don't even realize that they need one. Again, for emphasis, I'm going to repeat that. More than 75% of all businesses in all verticals do not have a video strategy, nor do they need one. I'm going to just tell you something personally, folks. I've been doing video personally for me in my own business for over a decade. I have 8,000 videos, that I have. I've uploaded. Why? Because nobody can keep up. I've got millions and millions of views for myself because video is important. And I'm going to stress this and write this part down right here. Video should not be just point of sale. Again, video should not be point of sale. Buy a car, here's an ad, here's this, here's that, a testimonial review. Point of interest. Since we're doing an NADA webinar, I'm going to quote you an NADA stat. NADA says that over 90% of every person that purchases a vehicle goes online before they step into the dealership. The number's like 92 to 99%, depending if it's conventional, highline, or exotic. But basically, over 90% of people, before they step foot into the dealership, go online to do some form of research. And on a new car perspective, you're looking at anywhere from 45 upwards of 90 days in gestation from point of interest to actually the point of actually buying a vehicle could be, again, up to 90 days. So it's not just the point of sales propaganda or videos. It is all the point of interest, which I'm going to kind of go into in a little bit. Now, why dealers need video? Okay, video communication. Video templates through CRM, video email platforms, FaceTime, Skype, social media, video, etc. So again, let me explain this. Dealers have on a communication level, so there's multiple categories, but the first category for me is communication. If you want to be able to sell, if you want to be able to, articulate your message, why buy from us, what's different and better, your differentiators, if you want to turn around and be able to, have a profitable business, you need to communicate. The ways you can communicate are through video templates through your CRM. Every single CRM, doesn't matter what your CRM is, has obviously a library of email templates. They're usually plain text or HTML. I am telling you right now, you should absolutely focus on creating the most captivating video email template library. Yes, you should have 30 or 60 different video templates to be deployed in your CRM, no matter what CRM it is. Now, separate from having a video email template library, you should have there's software that specializes in just video email platforms, and there's multiple out there. Doesn't matter which one, you should just use one. Now, besides that, there's some free stuff. Apple, FaceTime, and Skype. If senior citizens are using Apple, FaceTime, or Skype to communicate with their grandkids, why the heck are we not using Apple, FaceTime, or Skype to communicate with prospects, with clients on an internet, BDC follow perspective, on a showroom follow perspective? What about in service between the service writers and their people? Somebody drops off a vehicle into service, for an oil change. The service writer turns around and identifies that they've got like no tread on the tires, and so obviously someone's going to be not thrilled that they're being told they're going to spend X amount of dollars. But if the service writer jumps on an Apple FaceTime real quick and shows how it's bald and there's metal, strands popping out of tires, it makes it a little more real, a little more dramatic, and a little bit easier for them to swallow X amount of dollars on the RO. So again, video communication is paramount to be completely enveloped in video. In addition to communications, one of the biggest things that we advocate with all of our clients is your value package proposition. Here's some facts from NADA and JD Power. Bottom line is that the average in-market buyer only visits 1.2 dealerships. However, follow me on this. If I said earlier that 90% of people before they step foot into the dealership go online to do some form of research, fact one. Fact two is that they're searching about 10 different dealerships or websites before they ever get to the dealership. Fact two. Fact three, again, is that the average in-market buyer, meaning somebody that is actually qualified to buy a vehicle, not upside down, bad credit, no credit, doesn't want to pay the price or can't afford the price. I'm talking about real in-market buyers only visit 1.2 dealerships. That's it. Folks, the bottom line is the internet and phones are the new showroom. So what you need to be able to do is clearly articulate your value package proposition. What is your unique value package proposition? What is different and better about you than everybody else? And not the same thing that everybody else says. We're the best. We're number one. We have the best service department, yada, yada, yada. Slight plug. I'm doing an NADA University webinar, I think, in a week about just this, about value package. And it's going to elaborate it. But for this webinar about video, you need to turn around and have a value package, but you need to clearly articulate it through video. Talking about why should first-time buyers buy from you? Why should military law enforcement buy from you? Why should price shoppers, convenience shoppers, credit, challenge people, buy from you? Not a generic message, but again, to clearly articulate what is different and better. Listen, I used to average 30 units a month when I sold cars, and I know the rules of engagement. Simple. Price is only relevant with the absence of value. Again, price is only relevant with the absence of value. And what's the best way to articulate value to someone that's never been to your dealership, that's off, just on the internet, for example, or at their home, is by having a sight, sound, motion, and emotion, strategic video built on your dealership's unique value package proposition. Now, showcase all your dealership and all your profit centers, your new car department, your used car department, your fixed ops, whether it's service, it's parts, it's, body shop, it's aftermarket. My gosh, I know dealers that are taking triple net deals on vehicles, but grossing over $20,000 in aftermarket, on, F-250s with all these lift kits and wheels and all this stuff. I mean, the sky's the limit. Be able to turn around and clearly with video show all of the, the unique value and the differentiators, not just on your dealership, but of all the products in the aftermarket and the combinations. So again, utilizing video to showcase your dealership and profit center is critical. Video search engine optimization. This is how I got a book deal, is, being able to turn around and dominate page one of Google. Here's a fact. Only 6% of all internet users search beyond the first page of Google, okay? Only 6% of people go past the first page, fact. So if you're not on page one of Google, you're invisible. This is basic stuff. Another thing is only about, between 5 and 7% of people click pay-per-click. Not that it's bad, but it is not the most awesome thing. So that means that 90-something% of people skip the, the PPC and the ads, and they go organic. Now for me, it's a no-brainer. I don't want to turn around and waste a ton of money on PPC. I think that's not the smartest, option. For me, why am I going to spend a ton of money to bid on keywords that I'm competing with my competitors and I'm competing with my own OEM and we're driving the PPC costs? What I'd rather do is dominate search engines. I want to have, one or more videos on the first page of Google. Why? Google says that a video that shows up in a SERP, a search engine's result page, so if a video shows up organically on the first page of Google, it will get clicked on 53 times. I'm going to repeat, not 5 times, 10 times, 53 times more than anything else, more than any static link, more than any image, more than anything else. Video is the preeminent, dominant, piece of content on Google. So you want to be able to utilize video for a video search engine optimization strategy because Google favors, video in their algorithms and in their rankings in the hierarchy. So, for example, this is a search here. If you typed into Google, this is one I've been using for a while, this is a used car. If you type in 2014 Toyota Sienna NJ, okay, out of, roughly on this search right here, out of 41,800,000 results, okay, it shows up first and second position, natural Google is a video. This is not PPC. That's a freaking TV set, folks. Come on. What do you think people are going to do? If somebody's typing in 2014 Toyota Sienna, they're looking for 2014 used Toyota Sienna, in New Jersey. Are they going to click the ads? Google says no, they're not. Google even says that only, like I said, 5 to 7% of people are going to click this. Everybody else is going to skip it. The vast majority of people are going to skip it because, it's worthless, to me. I'm going to turn around, I'm going to drop right here, this big old TV set. And here's what's crazy. This is a conquest video. This is a salesperson at a Honda dealership. So when somebody types in 2014 Toyota Sienna, the freaking Honda dealership's videos show up like TV sets, first and second position preeminently, and it says the 2014 Honda Odyssey is better than the Toyota Sienna. Boom. That is video search engine optimization. Now, some video tips, because I'm trying to pack 18 years and 12 and a half years of video expertise into like 25 minutes, so I apologize. But I want to get this here. What type of video suggestions should you guys have? So you should have videos for new cars. Everything, I don't care about the manufacturers because those are not unique videos. They're beautiful. I might even edit in some of the OEM footage, but I want to have videos on every one of my makes and every one of my models. Okay, just my own spin on things. It doesn't have to be like a JD Power or an OEM review. You should turn around and just review it and get to the bottom line, the best of it, especially if there's been any acknowledgments from the National Highway Traffic Safety Authority, Motor Trend, whatever. But not only new cars, but then conquesting. For example, since we talked about Toyota here, if on the flip side, if I'm a Toyota dealership, I want to have a actual individual quick walk-around video on every single Toyota model. But then I'm going to turn around and go through and create competing ones. So Toyota Camry versus the Accord, Honda Accord, versus the Kia Optima, the Hyundai Sonata, the Nissan Altima, the Chevy Malibu, etc. And I would go make for make, all the way down. Same thing for used cars. I would turn around and constantly articulate the differentiators, as we know that used cars are the critical key to dominating used car sales online. It's inventory-based opportunities. There's no two used cars alike. So creating, obviously, a very powerful used car strategy. What is different and better about these pre-owned vehicles? Service, everything from, maintenance, tips, prevention, what to do, how to do it, setting up your, and that's going to go into the how-tos, how to set up Bluetooth, how to set up satellite radio, how to sync up this, how to sync up that, what to do, if you've got a flat tire, check engine lights. I mean, there's a myriad of things that you could do here. As I mentioned before, you should have a library of CRM templates, video CRM templates. There should be a lot of, sales. For example, there's a bunch of generic sales that are just, the car business I grew up on. One of my word tracks that I was taught, like 15, 16, 18 years ago was, thank you for calling ABC Motors. Sean speaking, you're calling about the big sale. Now, again, I did that in 1999, folks, because we were trying to create urgency and excitement. So you should have a library of canned sales videos. For example, the end of the month sale, the inventory clearance sale, the weekend sale, the holiday sale, we want to buy your car sale. Again, you could probably come up with a little more than 30 seconds that I'm freestyling this with a little cooler names. But I'm going to show you one, quick video in a second that's going to show this. But yeah, have a complete library of actual canned sales to create excitement, to create urgency. And instead of just saying the words that we have a sale, now you've got a pretty, cool video to be able to add credibility and validity. It's not just vapor, it's actually a real sale or perceptive sale. Promotional items. recruiting HR. Oh my gosh, using videos on Facebook for HR. Do you know that you could turn around and create an HR video on Facebook for internet coordinators, BDC reps, salespeople, sales managers, whatever, and you could target through Facebook Ad Manager the ability to turn around and say to Facebook, I want to find anybody that works at a dealership, or any salesperson at a dealership, any internet BDC person at a dealership, any manager at a dealership, and show them these video recruiting ads. I mean, it is nuts what you could do with the behavioral targeting or the Facebook targeting of your own, clients, your own prospects, or your competitors. So again, there are a ton of different things that you could utilize video for, from new cars, used cars, service, finance, special finance, conquesting, how-to, CRM, sales, promotional, recruiting. And I know this is overwhelming, you all, but they only give me 25 minutes to do this. So let's go right now. I want to queue up just a video for a couple seconds. Can we do that?
Great news, folks. We have a massive end-of-month clearance sale. We're offering huge savings on select new models, including Camry, Corolla, RAV4, and much more. We've also discounted our large used car inventory. Keep in mind, we're offering free roadside assistance on new cars purchased, and also on used, we offer a free car-proof vehicle history report. This landmark sale ends end of month, so please hurry in now for the best selection and the deal of a lifetime.
Okay, as you just saw, let me kind of explain to you, as soon as NADA minimizes the video. Okay, so let me explain to you what you just saw. Pretty much, the video was shot using, obviously, drone footage. It was shot utilizing, if you notice, OEM running footage. Your manufacturers have the most amazing, running footage. They spend millions of dollars in content creation. So I definitely suggest that you maximize not only your own footage, professionally or, in-house, with drone footage and really good quality cameras and good lighting and good sound, but then also kind of mix it in with, your OEM footage for that super polished look and feel, and obviously credibility. But again, that was a quick little video. That wasn't for broadcast television, but with cameras nowadays shooting on 4K or 1080p, I mean, they are basically broadcast television quality, or could be broadcast television quality. That's the idea. Can you imagine if you utilized videos like that for everything? We've got dealers that have literally hundreds and hundreds of unique videos that are on their YouTube channels. And what that does is they're able to utilize these videos for video search engine optimization. These dealers have millions of views, especially for products. People are looking for information on something that they're going to buy. It's going to be the second largest item ever in their lifetime, right? Then they could use these videos for their websites. They could use these videos for email CRM templates or manual email videos. They could also use these through all the different social media, so they could syndicate the content. Once you have content creation, you could go into content syndication. Folks, it's been an absolute honor to be able to present to you why dealers need to get better at video.
All right, thank you, Sean, for that great presentation. We've got a minute left for questions, so please type into the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. And we have one request for slides. So you could reach out to Sean. Let me very quickly show his email address, and I'm sure Sean can send you a copy of his slide deck. Actually, we've run out of time, unfortunately. So what I'll do is open up a quick evaluation survey that I would appreciate you completing so we can meet your expectations for future webinars. You could go on to nada.org/online learning for our next information on our next webinar entitled Safeguards Rule. Registration information is on nada.org under upcoming webinars. On behalf of NADA University Online, thank you for joining us today and have a great afternoon.